Hello, the Keen Witch here with the Tarotscopes for Aquarius season, Aries sun, moon, and rising. My Aries humans, this one is one for the books. We start off with the sun going into a conjunction with Pluto. This Tarotscope isn't a tarot energy reading, but I will also sprinkle in astrology, so bear with me. The season is intense and a lot. I think it's important to remind my Aries people that the North Node just left your sign, which creates a unique experience for Aries and Libras specifically. Excuse me, as well as I have tummy problems, as well as for Pisces and Virgo. So Aries, you're also in this mix of that nodal shift. Um, it's going to be interesting because I think you're going to feel like simultaneously really exhausted, like you've done a long trip, but there's also a level of capacity that you haven't experienced in a long time. When that North Node is there, it is go time. It's not time to rest or take a break. So this is definitely a really pivotal moment and very special for you. So your indicator card for this season is Destiny. And I really love this for you because I feel like you're really on the peak and edge of something really unique and special. That North Node was really working you over and bringing new and interesting experiences into your life and kind of bringing into sharp relief what you need to do moving forward, or at least giving you a hunger for what you need to do moving forward. Um, this is also about, this card is about kind of lasting change and our life purpose and things like that. You are also going to get Neptune ingressing into your sign in 2025, as well as Saturn, and they'll leave, come back in 2026. So there's also this new rush of energy coming in. You're also going to be getting in Pisces season the Mercury and Venus eclipse partially, not eclipse, retrogrades partially. You do have one more eclipse, though, my poor sweethearts. Um, it'll be good. It's going to be on March 30th, but you also have the Venus retrograde in the early degrees. So if you have early degrees, Aries placements, listen up. This is important for everyone, but you're going to be feeling it even more intensely as an early degrees Aries, just so you know. So this is very exciting. It feels very faded, and the future is starting to feel real for you, even if it is a lot. And your first card is the Death card. So I personally don't find this to be a bad card at all, but it is an intense card. Um, it is the need for something to pass away in order for something else to grow. It is a card of composting, um, of letting things fall away. When I was meditating in 2025, the word shedding came to mind. And shedding is a type of death. The skin, if you're thinking of a snake, you know, the skin falls off and dies and takes a new form, and then a new skin grows. So it definitely feels in Aquarius season as though you're going to be shedding some stuff. It's also when you're in that North Node time, it's really hard to know what to let go and how to let go, and the universe takes a lot of stuff. But anything that's left over, it's time to let it go in Aquarius season. Anything that you're like, wow, I was holding on to it so tightly through that nodal journey, and now I don't really need it anymore. Um, Let it go. And the stuff that is meant to stay will stay. But the stuff that is dead and ready to be composted, it will fall away. And while it might be surprising what goes, I think you're ready for it. So let that happen. Then our next card is the Page of Cups. And I love this because this is such a spiritual, quasi demon card. I'm always here for that interpretation or energy. It is time to get in touch with your spiritual needs and desires and what is calling to you on a much deeper level. Not all of us have to have a spiritual job in life or to only do things based on spirit, but I do feel like there's a shift in your life where you need to have more spiritual grounding, you need more protection. I love the little bells and the little papers on here because these are spells and notes and gifts to spirit. So if you have been feeling through the past few years that you need to kind of begin a spiritual journey of sorts or connect to spirit in some way, now is the time. I think with a page, it's the time to do it kind of naively and honestly, to move into trusting your instincts and to following, the nudges that we get from the universe and whatever spirit guides and groups that we work with. So start listening, start following your gut on these things, start connecting with your needs and desires in a really honest and simple way. When we see the pages, it's this very childlike energy. Meet your needs and your desires as if you were a child. Don't argue. You cannot argue a child down from something they feel is essential. Don't let yourself get argued down from an energy or a desire or a dream that you feel is right for you. Um, your next card, Two of Wands. Stuff is starting to be created and formed. The beginnings of things are slowly being built. I don't think it's going to happen under this Mars retrograde, because it's important to remind you that the entirety of Aquarius season is in the Mars retrograde, just like the entirety of Capricorn season was under the Mars retrograde. But you've started to gather your tools and your wands and the stuff you need to move forward on this story and this journey of destiny for you. Start to play with that. Start to create and form things and make little prototypes, whether it be mental ones or physical ones or spiritual ones, and really listen to what you need and um, get playful. Aries, you're such a youthful sign. Um, Whenever I meet an Aries, it doesn't matter the age, there is a youngness to an Aries. Embrace that. Be young, enjoy yourself, be creative, you know, play and discover and explore. Um, let your Two of Wands moments this Aquarius season be moments of joy and fun and frivolity. Don't forget that in all these serious themes and things, joy is resistance, and joy is as important as the serious things, if not sometimes more important. Um, and this card I love for you all, the star. Whenever I see the star, we have a message from spirit or ancestors, especially with that very spiritual page of cups. There is usually someone calling to you. Doesn't mean that everything happens all at once. I know a deeper spiritual journey, especially when it involves other types of spirit or spirits of those who've passed over, can feel really intimidating. It doesn't happen all at once usually. It's very much like a incremental relationship where you meet someone and you hang out with them a bit and you get to know them and you develop a relationship over time. So, if you feel so inclined, I would encourage you to reach out to ancestors or spirits or whatever spiritual path or belief or system really works for you and feels fresh and alive and breathing. Um, and also the star, if we take it out of that context for anyone who is not feeling like going on a spiritual journey with other spirits, it's about hope. It's about a belief in the future and about something coming towards us that is fated and destined, like our signifier card, and meant for us. So there is a beautiful moment in Aquarius season. Keep your eyes peeled. Last but not least, we have our bottom of the deck card, which is the Lovers. I feel like maybe that North Node, South Node Libra didn't leave space for you to have the stability to create really secure long term relationships or to find new connections and loves and friends and partners or, communities. But, things have slowed down a little bit. We do still have Neptune and Saturn coming in, but I do feel as though you are ready to reconnect with some people to maybe even stabilize your relationship with self. It's not always about others. Definitely check where Aries is in your chart and what house that is in. I think that has a lot to do with what kinds of relationship you're being called to reconnect with. But I feel like you have, you can't wait for the astrology to be perfect to get the things that you want. But I feel like you are ready in this moment to start to find the people that you need around you, your found family or a lover or a friend or a guide or mentor that you've really needed to connect with, and now is the time. So I know that the season's going to be intense. The other two signs I've already done had the Ten of Swords. You have the Death card. But know that there are some really beautiful things in Aquarius season. They're just going to be intense. But I'm excited for you, my Aries, and I wish you all a blessed Aquarius season, and I will see you in a different space and time.